Today is October 11th, 2021. Hello from the Southern Hemisphere. It's springtime, but it takes time to the heat to gain temperature. So still 20 degrees here from Brazil, the southern side, Florianopolis. So happy being here after 1.5 months that I was passing in not very inspiring places, to my opinion. Mexico and other cities of Brazil, Sao Paulo and Curitiba, that I could not record outdoors as I like doing. So here, more nature and more honey energy feeling around. Less mask, very minimum people caring about it, and more enjoying the peaceful energies around. I'm going to discuss about the energies that we are all experiencing and what seems to be unfolding in the next period, as we are just entering to the second half of October. So we had 6 planets retrograde, including Mercury, Pluto stationed to move direct. We remained with 5, but this week Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury will station to move direct, and already as I'm recording this video, actually Saturn is stationing. It's like the power of Saturn in the season of Libra we are now, going to compensate for all the hard work that you are doing and for the not hard work that you are doing. You are going to pay something, and we all will need to balance our life, because it's a new story ready to begin as the wheels of fortune will start to move, as the outer planets to move direct. So we saw Mercury retrograde and the servers of WhatsApp and Facebook fell. Everybody came out from their holes and speaking, wow, this is the end of the beast. Almost every Mercury retrograde we are having a shutdown of some servers, and last week World Weekly Astrology I was already alerting about such events to happen. But together with the Jupiter and Saturn that were retrograde, it seems to be bigger. But anyhow, we were required in the last months, and as I called since the last spring in the Northern Hemisphere, not to waste the summer on bullshit, on vacations, and to go with the rules to enabling you this. And so many people got the jobs just to be able to travel and to feel they have the freedom, the fake freedom they wanted. Meantime, the COVID entirely is just the distraction with the media propaganda from the real war that is happening in our world between majorly 2 empires, China Empire and the United States. This is a fight on the crown. Crown, Corona, Saturn and Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto met in January 2020 in Capricorn in the place of the crown. This is the real war that is happening. So China right now is threatening Taiwan to conquer it, and we are seeing since already the middle of 2020 very surprising, suspicious diplomatic alliances through Israel, Saudi Arabia, Israel with another Muslim country, because they so much love each other? No, because United States is managing the sounds to create the alliances that related to the third party of it, Israel, to manage the rest alliances. Meantime, China is conquered already many parts of the world, And this is a preparation for a major geopolitical changes. And I spoke that in December 2020, when Jupiter and Saturn met for the first time in Aquarius, Earth sign, it's going to be who will have more people, who will have more communities. But in the geopolitical levels is who will going to have more alliances that will correspond with the rules and with the infrastructure of financial system to be implemented. So far we saw sort of repetition of the same scenarios. More lockdown here, more mask there, more vaccination, more stories of the same. Even that went increasing, but is going to be a new chapter now. Not directly, but gradually we're going to see a new story. But because everybody are connected to the same divine energies, we need to use the same cards that governments are having and considering in astrology, because it's working to everyone. So, inner government, new structure, new alliances, new sort of contracts. Saturn is ruling of time, and it's stopping now, and it's karmic. And at the same time, Venus is in Sagittarius, near to the South Node, ruled by Jupiter. Is giving us the ability to cut things that we don't anymore need. We are asked to cut off past relationships, not just between people, between whatever we felt to be fundamental in our life. And this is also, when I'm speaking about breaking the system, is also about breaking the chains or the lineage of your family. And we started seeing that a lot of families starting being like divided, different opinions, vaccinated, not vaccinated, through the fear. But sometimes we need to start taking a new path. This is Saturn in Aquarius. More than just this government ruling of people, is also yourself become innovative and mastering the future, creating your own future. And how you will create a new future if you will continue on the same lineage, belief system and tradition of your parents, of your grandparents and your country. This is the time to sing the song, Losing My Religious. That's you in the corner. That's us in the corner. This was just a dream. And I was writing in the last week, we all felt the corner, Mercury squared Pluto. And in this week, the Sun will square Pluto, oppose the asteroid Aries, and Mercury retrograde stationing will oppose Chiron. This is us in the corner, to lose our religious, to lose our blind definition of how life should be. Saturn in Aquarius, that is start moving direct from here, is asking us to dominate ingenuity, and not only to dominate the technology that the tyrant wants you to adapt, but this is to remember or to activate and start believing in the new capacities that you have, that human being forgot the technological capacity that we have with our metaphysical abilities to create things, to connect with people. And this Venus going on the South Node is pretty much creating another sort of division between those that have followed the rules, ruled by Jupiter. The Jupiter right now is a not very good place in Aquarius. To those that are ready, agreeing to leave things behind, to find your own freedom. You need to liberate yourself. And you need to be brave not to get permission. You need to do things without permission. Remove the mask without permission. It's bothering you? Call to police. You don't comply to things that is not corresponding with a divine justice. This is still order in life, but we need to follow the right system, the system of the universe, the divine justice. You will be a good person by respecting other person, by helping other person, by improving your life and the life of others. Respect your mother and father and all those things that it's like between person to another. But respecting their rules in order for them to gain more control on your account, this should be requested back again. So Mercury is still retrograde until the 18th of October and will allow us to examine if it's really fair contract with governments, with your city, with your governors, with your boss, with your partners, with your friends. And sometimes in order to gain our freedom in our unique way, and this is going to pay you off because this is Saturn. Saturn will pay off to those that are taking responsibility on their truth. Saturn is not always bad. You need to work with Saturn. We will create a new system. It's not that you are going out of the system to be totally chaotic without structure. Your body also needs structure to grow and being okay. Your website needs structure. Everything needs structure. But how you are creating a new structure that will be independent and connecting to more decentralized platforms. This is the Aquarius side that is connecting to multiple or to other sort of network. Who will create a smartest network? That's what governments are trying to do right now, to create their network to control us, but in the negative way. The Saturn is also using the astrology in the negative way. And we have the capacity to invent it in the divine way. So, everybody right now agreeing to what I was speaking months ago about resources. Resources. So now we're speaking about shortages. Why also Venus, the ruler of relationship and resources, is near to the South Node and is going to do a trine to Saturn this week that is stationing. If you were already reading the writings on the wall, you could know already what you are needing, what will give you sort of success, what not. And this is also a call for a great opportunity for start investing in what is more sustainable, that can last for years for here. Friendships that will start, I believe, in this month. This is still a Libra season that will unify genius people, could last for many years. So resources is going to be an issue, and it's a shortages, because when Venus is coming on the South Node, it's creating a sort of a lack of something that is drained. So of course a lot of different relationships should be in contract, should be should be ended. And we are seeing this happening in the global environment, that suddenly United States doesn't want the supply of China, or it's become delayed, and Boris Johnson is just firmed a contract with Brazil for providing food in case of hunger, in case of shortages, you know, all the things. So what is going to be missing in your life that you need to appreciate more? And it's not coming specifically from a survival place, but in a more, how to call it, more fair, sustainable approach. To be sort of a light traveler, but that is appreciating what has real value, and what are the basic needs that is sort of survivors. Is seeds, for example, of what you could grow at any time and will provide you food, even that is a long process. But also crypto, Bitcoin. There are so many crypto out there, but Bitcoin has a limited supply that is already drained, or that is already distributed. Not like many other tokens that have also limited supply, but this is enough, a lot remained to be able to mine all of this. And this is what we are seeing in the last days, that Bitcoin is gaining more power, more value compared to other coins, because it's going to be lacking. And already years ago, people were speaking that who will have just even, yeah, this is more years ahead, just 0.2 Bitcoin, we consider to be rich. But in the relatively few years from now, even who will have 2 pieces, we consider to be rich. And we need to a little bit to not be that attached to how much value in dollars is going to have. It's about how much power you will have to pay for the products that are in lack in the world. So inflation, we are speaking, of course. Who could buy milk that will cost 20 times more? Not everybody will allow it to themselves. But if you have a value that is keeping adjusting to, yeah, you understand. This is a new story coming, my friends. And we all had the writings on the wall. Now the energies will start to unfold. And some people prepare themselves, being in the right location, near to the right people, or learning about themselves, what I need, what I needed to prepare, what technology I needed to do, what wallets I needed to download, how I needed to do this, all the preparations, that knowing that things will not go back to the normality you knew, or the structure that will sustain you and will provide you health, insurance and conditions, all this. And it takes a lot of bravery to break the rules, to go against the rules of your parents, to go against the rules of your society, of your government, taking a risk. Life is about a risk. So taking risk in the crypto or in the stock market, leveraging, is not enough. Show yourself in the real life how you are risking yourself in love, how you are risking yourself in going a new way, in abandoning a job that paid you for so long and you thought that this is going to organize your life until the pension. Doing something that people will think you are crazy because you are going with your truth. You are not giving your power away. This is the real risk that you will need to gain in the next year and a half, as the North Node will move to Taurus, ruled by Venus, knowing your value, not afraid to risk, not afraid to die, because you are connected to something that is eternal. And once you are losing the fear of death, the fear of lose, because you know your value and not because you're greedy, because you know exactly what you need. I just need to have a nice place to stay. I just need to have a good, healthy meal to have, and I just need to have community that I will not be alone out there. This is the thing you need. And you can risk enough garbage from your life to get what you need. But if you're thinking in a greedy way that you will need more and more and more and more and more than others, because you are in the capitalistic world, you are going to eat your hat and your head. So this is all the agreement and the rearrangement that we are needing to do right now with this Mercury retrograde in Libra that just was passing on the Sun and Mars. Jupiter is stationing in 22 degrees of Aquarius, and it's exactly one sign ahead from the place it was almost a year ago in Capricorn, that was also on the Pluto of China. China is passing very hard time. They installed a very good strategy against the West. They have right now Saturn on the ascendant and it's stationing, and it's right now on their moon. So China is also ruling the alimentation, the food of the world. The moon of China is in Aquarius. And I'm speaking about the China of the CCP. It's a very depressing time, also for them. But it's giving them control on the food and on people. The United States is going to complete the last Neptune opposition in the next month, into the spring 2022 in the Northern Hemisphere. So the movie, the green screens will continue to manipulate your mind. But you can project to be a Hollywood director yourself. A new, better movie by ignoring their movie. In the next months, it's going to be also Saturn on the south node of the United States and Pluto return. Pluto will go back exactly where it was in 1774-5, and it's led for revolution and independency war. How many lies, how many corruption we are going to unveil? It's starting. We saw the Pandora box leaking, and we are seeing more suspicious news that seems so much illogical to sustain and to accept. So how many lies you need to see in your face in order to say, game over with me, punish me, I'm not going with your guidelines. But as I've said, if you are thinking very greedy, heavy traveler, that you are going to risk your millions and not going to comply, maybe you will need to give big part or to invest in volunteering projects, but you will have all what you need to maintain your comfort in a minimum way that you will be able to share. Not in order to accumulate and to sit on mountains of money. This era is about to end, and it gradually will fall and fall and fall for all those mega rich that are sitting on all those mega mountains of wealth. So when you are playing with a little and you know that at least your comfort zone will be accomplished, and then you have the rest energy to invest in other things that will be related to love and abundance, connecting with people and with good projects. This is the message I'm receiving from all those energies. Hopefully it was inspiring. Check the links below, and I'll see you in the next inspirational one.